homework because I don't know anything about it.
So for the benefit of everyone, Sri Hari, what you're going to do is you're going.
I think Lata was talking something. Let her finish.
Or you want? Okay, you want her to start first? Okay, no problem.
No, finish. No. She was telling something.
Oh,
No,
sorry.
I finished now. So I think, yeah, that's okay. We can start. This is only a fillers we are talking, right? Yeah.
Okay, Sri Hari, for the benefit of everyone, you can do the introduction, which is nothing but Pravara in very slowly. So then we will cut each one part and then explain to you what it really means.
Okay.
As you would do Sandhya Vandanam.
Yeah, just a minute.
You can even take the book if you want. I have no problems.
Anyway, you will not know.
Pravara, no book required. He will have by heart.
See, you are doing something daily for so many years, then you will know it by heart, right? Mind itself will tell by itself. Ajaba jaba.
Yes.
How was your son's exam, Vilas?
He has done it well. He has done it well from what he says.
Okay.
This younger generation are far ahead of us in terms of scoring marks. We used to struggle.
Yeah, Sri is back.
Yeah, sorry. I was cooking and then I had to keep it off. Oh, okay, yeah. Yeah. So, I mean, the power of that we do is, I think it starts like this. It starts about Chatussagar Paryantam, O Brahmanebhya, Subham Bhavatu. Then we tell our Gotram, which is, my Gotram is Haritasa. The Harita, Ambarisha, and Yavanasya. These three are the base Rushis for it. Tra Rushay Pravaranvita. Then I tell my name.
You start with that, your name. Aham.
Okay.
Yeah.
Venkatanaga Sri Hari Sarma, Ambo Abhivadaye.
Yes, that's all I wanted.
We also tell about which, we are from Krishna Yajus Sakha, so we tell Sri Krishna Yajus Sakha Dhyai. Yeah.
Okay, very nice.
Yeah.
And first thing I need to tell you is I am also Haritasa Gotra. That means we both are brothers.
Hari? What is the name?
Haritasa Gotra.
Haritasa. Uh-huh.
So, in that lineage,
now you are brothers. Yes.
We are literally blood relatives in that way.
Maybe 4,000 or 5,000 years ago.
I don't know. And in fact, Haritasa has not contributed into any of the Vedas. He is a caretaker. So, so he doesn't come under any one of the Vishwamitra, Angerasa, Bharadwaja and all that. So, in fact, Haritasa doesn't even come. Anyway.
Maybe, if you go, before that there will be one Rishi, na? Or
No.
Even though that person was the caretaker, maybe identification might have started from there, right?
No, it's not like that. I had done a research on Vedas in 1998 when I got mad about it. So from 1998 to 2003 or 4, I researched so much of Vedas, and then I understood that he's a caretaker. So I used to tell my wife that, look, you are a Bharadwaja Gotra, I am a caretaker person. Anyway.
That is true.
Yeah. So leave it. Coming back to this, what is Sharmana? Yeah, but you said that you have done some homework. So can I hear what you...
Yeah, some homework, because Sha word attracted me yesterday.
Okay.
So it says Shanno Mitra Shamvarnaha, or Shankara, Shambhu, Shubham, Sharada, Shreya, Shiva, and Shekhara, and all that starts from Sha. So from there, I have done some googling also. What I have understood is that Sharma, Sha is that joyfulness or comfort or happiness.
Right. Ar. What does ar do? It's Sharma, right? Or it is actually
Well,
Sarma.
I think put together Sharma, the word what I got meaning is that, but I was just thinking that Sadhguru used to say Shambho, Shambho, Sha, Sha, something like that.
Correct.
Shashanka, Sha. So then I thought it should be very close to, but I have not analyzed to share that root word breaking. I'm not familiar. That's the reason I don't know.
Okay, no worries. Okay, what you said is right. It is starting with Sha. Actually, it is Sa. It is starts with Sarma and then modified as Sharma.
Is it Prakrita Sanskrit is Sarma and
Yes, it is.
modern
It is
Sanskrit
actually
is Sharma?
Prakrita. It is Prakrita with which it started, and it was accepted in Sanskrit. So before
Sha is not there in Prakrita?
Sha is not there. None of the Dirgha Aksharas are there. It is only the Alpa Prana, no Mahaprana.
I was not aware of that.
And that's the reason Telugu has many of the Alpa Pranas only. They don't have Mahaprana.
I was wondering why Telugu, because Tamil I agree, Malayalam I agree, but Telugu I was wondering, because my teacher is Telugu, he is always using the word Sa, not Sha.
Yes, it is.
It is Dravidian language actually. Sa.
Yeah, Sa is a Dravidian language. It is called part Alpakriya Prakrita. Meaning a portion of Prakrita is accepted, and that doesn't have a Mahaprana. It has only Alpa Prana. So in Tamil it becomes Ganesa. It becomes G becomes A, Ganesa, because there is no Mahaprana. Whereas in Kannada, which is taken completely of Sanskrit, it becomes G, A.
Yeah.
Okay, so there is, and also Siva, they don't say Shiva. Okay, so if you go by that, the Alpa Prana. Now coming to Alpa Prana, Sar means to remove something. Ma is to stay in that. Like your Om, right? You stay in that. So what do you remove? What would you remove?
Remove is all unwanted.
No, you removed your ego. So when I say I am so and so Sarmana, I am actually one who is in Brahman.
Aham bho abhivadayat, finally.
Yes.
Okay. Aham, that means that aham is taken out.
Yes, it's taken out. I am just giving introduction for the sake of it, but I don't exist.
That is the reason I heard when you are doing this, you are touching and you're touching your own ears to say that I don't have any ego.
Yes,
That is the meaning of touching the, when you are doing Gotrocharana in front of senior people and you yourself, and that too you have to tell in a lowest possible, because you need some identification for your guru. The moment you say that, I am very sorry, I don't have aham, that is the reason. So when you say that Sharma, right? Yeah.
Yes. So now if the question is asked that who gave you this authority, I am saying Bharadwaja Muni, or let us say Vishwamitra Muni, or some Muni, Angiras. Okay, I am
whomever the descent you are.
I have learned it from that person. Now the question comes, what have you learned? I have learned to be a Brahmana. And now the question comes, what is a Brahmana? Again, that meaning of Brahman, right? So that is the root word for Brahmana also. One who is established in peace is Brahmana, because his mind is expanded. He covers entire thing. He knows all knower.
That's the reason he doesn't possess any wealth.
There's no need.
Materialistic.
He has got the wealth what he wanted, right? So then what's the need in going with some wealth? What others think is a wealth?
Correct. So Bada Brahmana is the real meaning. Bada means it is really materialistically poor but very rich in knowledge.
No, what it really means of Bada Brahmana is that person after death has no rebirth. That is a good thing, right?
It's a good thing, yes.
What is the point in possessing and leaving it here and going?
Yes.
Instead, you remove it. So I have removed everything. So sar means to remove. Thus become a sarma. And that is the reason it is called joyous or happiness or gladness. Because you don't possess anything.
Mm-hmm.
You are like a bird which can fly with two wings. That's all. One is thirst, one is hunger. That's all.
Yeah.
So two wings. So you can't cure that hunger and thirst. Only for that reason you are giving your introduction so that whoever listens to it will see the jnana chakshusha in you. So that is the reason
Yes.
Brahmana is treated as a worthy person or a knowledgeable person or a wisdom person or whatever you want to call. So there is that kanti or shine in that person's face.
Mm.
It's not about what color that person is, meaning it's not by varna, color. It is by what the person is. So when you meet that person, you certainly know for sure that he is Brahmana.
Mm.
So if there's no point in asking him, are you a Brahmana? Even if he is from scheduled caste or tribe or whatever, or OBC or whatever that is, it doesn't matter. What really matters is his actions is in such a way that it is joyous. You can see it is bubbling with joy.
Mm.
And now you want it. So you ask him, are you the Brahmana? That is the meaning of it.
So when we are during Sandhya Vandana, we are doing it ourselves with the lowest possible sound.
Yes.
That means to whom we are giving this introduction?
To whoever is asking you. So when I say I am from
In the Sandhya Vandana, there is no such thing. Now you are alone there.
Sandhya
But I agree. If you go to a big person, guru or somebody, then you have to tell, and he will also listen because he would like to understand
No.
what is your
No,
sutra, gotra, and all that.
No, there are a lot of disembodied beings, right? You are only seeing embodied beings. What about disembodied beings? What about the birds? What about the insects? What about all beings are same. Don't you think so? You need to introduce.
Okay, during that time you are touching your own 2 feet,
Your
right?
own anga.
Yes.
So what happens is that you are saying that you don't exist in anywhere. From head to toe, there is no you.
Correct. We are touching your toe and also you are touching your ears finally.
Yes. So I have seen my head to feet. I have brought my head to the feet. That means I have merged the ego completely. That's what.
If all this meaning is known from childhood, when you guys started with this Sandhya Vandana, then you would have been realized by now.
I am sure, yes. That was a big missing. It was only taught to do the ritual part. Do it. It is good.
But I think somebody also has to teach the real meaning behind it. Then it would have, I think it would have helped a lot.
No
With
doubt.
so many, I think you start with 12 years or 10 years or something like that, right?
It
The age
is
is 7 years.
7. Okay.
See,
Good. I think generally it happens at
the Brahmana,
standard of 5.
yeah, the Brahmana stage is from 10 to 25. 15 years you become Brahmana. You start at 5 with the teacher, and then you come to the age of 10. From the age of 10 to the age of 25, you understand everything, and you become a Brahmana. So then it becomes Dvija.
Jnanena Brahmana.
It becomes Dvija, twice born. One born in the womb and once born out of knowledge. Now you are a free bird. You can go wherever you want, and you can stay however you want, because you have realized what is the truth. There is no ego, there is no person at all, and then you are so happy. It doesn't matter who you are. You are like
I
earth.
think
Yeah, go ahead.
from now onwards, both of you can do it with the meaning. So
Now,
I think
unfortunately, yeah, go ahead.
I think we have done one session on Sandhya Vandana, right, with all the meanings. And all that.
Yeah, we have done it, and Bhatt has forgotten all about that. He had in fact sent it to me, and I had gone verse by verse in that. Gayatri.
Yeah. Correct.
Yeah, correct.
It's okay.
That is what, we have also studied Janmana Jayate Shudraha Karmana Dija Kriyate Dvijaha Veda Pathe Vipraha Brahma
Jnane Brahmanaha. So we can't really call ourselves as Brahmana unless experience of Brahman has happened. But what has happened is that by birth we are Brahmana, so it doesn't really matter. He does the same job. He goes to the office, he eats, he does everything, all nonsense things, and he'll claim that he's Brahmana. But that is how the upbringing is, so nothing that can be done. The fun part is that nobody has taught me.
I think it has to be taught with the meaning, and then, but then I don't think there's anybody who knows that meaning, right? So
Yes, there are.
No, there are so many pandits who knows, but the thing is, for them, somebody should show interest to learn also.
No, but
And they in the Veda school, they start from the day one teaching only Vedas by heart. These things I don't know whether it is going inside.
No, what I'm telling is this is kind of a thing, ritual which you start at some age. At that time, somebody has to, I think, initiate into this Gayatri mantra and all. So during that time is the right time to explain. Maybe that small boy may not understand everything, but at least something you tell and then reinforce.
No, that much
So
they say. They give some that Porohita is there, no, whomever. He gives some instructions that you are supposed to follow this. But he doesn't go to that extent of breaking and talking like that.
No. At least
Not from the spiritual angle, they talk from the religious angle.
Yeah, that I understand. That's what I'm trying to say. So in that, somebody has to teach
Yes.
in that level also. Then it would have been so nice, right? Then
Yeah. People like me would have shown so much of interest to learn.
Correct. So we have.
I would have thought. Sorry, Lata, go ahead.
No. Just go ahead.
Yeah, even if someone explains me during my childhood, I would have thought, what is this something going everything about it?
No. It will stay with you. It will go above
Maybe
your
it will
head.
stay here.
It will stay. After over a period of time, it will sprout. The seed is there.
Correct.
Because you're doing it every day, right? So it will come.
Yes.
Not for everybody. I'm not telling that for everybody it will come, but I think some set of people it will sprout.
Yeah, correct. I had a lot of interest in my 7th standard onwards, but there was nobody to teach.
actually, from my young age, I used to do this, but I used to always verify. And I used to get into trouble because the people with whom I used to associate with, they never knew anything. And they used to scold me for doing this. They used to say that you are doing nonsense things. You are asking how this is possible. You just do because it is supposed to be done like that. And in fact, they do another mistake. They call it as munji, and they don't understand that it is munji dharana, meaning it is wearing the underwear.
Yes.
It is, we are not wearing underwear. We are doing upanayana. Nayana is eyes, and upa is near the eyes of a teacher. You go and sit. Like the Upanishad. Upa is near. You stay near yourself. Shad is to shake. Ni is to cut shaking. So Upanishad is go into your mind and remove the shaking. So fortunately for me, the Padan Nirukti has come from my childhood. So I can get into any depth of Sanskrit.
That is very amazing thing.
If somebody is talking in Sanskrit or giving a lecture in Sanskrit, when he translates it into Kannada or whatever language he's speaking, sometimes I burst into laughter because that meaning is not what is really there. I would know that he's just reading out of a text which he doesn't even himself doesn't understand it. Like another example, Naivedyam Samarpayami. What does that mean?
Offering.
Yeah, in English it is offering, but what is Naivedya?
That I don't know. Maybe
Naivedya, yeah, it is what we offer in the form of food to God. That's what Naivedya. Yeah.
I think it is mix of two words, Nahi Vidya or something like that.
Vedya means aruhudu, giving. I don't know what is Nai.
That means not to give. If you take that.
Not to give, huh?
No.
Oh.
No, it's not like that.
No, he's joking, I think.
No. Naivedya is a compound word. It is not like a sandhi. It is a compound word. It's if we go into the root, then it will become one class itself. So I will give you the easy explanation for that. Nai is to make, to do something. Vedya is to just let it go or make it happen, or whatever you feel, make it happen. That means you don't hold anything. So when I am doing Naivedyam Samarpayami, that means I am not holding anything. That means again, I am not having any ego when I am giving.
So you are giving everything away.
You are giving everything away.
But what you are doing here is actually Naivedya. You are giving something to God, right? Naivedya.
Now the thing is, if you give yourself, isn't that the best thing that can happen?
yeah, that is true. You yourself is giving yourself up to the God.
So
Yes.
what I'm saying is phala pushpam samarpayami, mantra pushpam samarpayami, and then I'm like that I can say some scent sugandham samarpayami, then last I will say naivedyam samarpayami. That means after offering everything, what I am left out is myself, right? So I'm offering myself to you, into your feet. Phala pushpa is not mine, correct? Phala is not mine. It is given by the tree. Pushpa is given by the flowering plant. Sugandha, I did not bring it. It is there. Let us say gandha. Gandha means perfume. So Sugandha is if I am offering the sandalwood, and that is not mine anyway. So I am born out of all of this. In that case, how can I claim anything to be mine? So hence I am offering myself to you. I don't have anything else to offer except for myself.
So it is, when you look at it, really it looks very foolish, like that we are offering the flowers and fruits and all that Naivedya and all to God. So none of it is ours to offer.
Yes, how can I take one flower from somewhere and I say this is my flower and I'm offering it? And what happens in the end is that it is another fabulous thing. Namama, right?
Not mine.
Not mine. Even though by mistake, by chance, I shouldn't have done it, but that Naivedya has become wrong. It is Namama. So when I'm doing a homa or I'm doing anything, I am Namama. And in the end, I will say everything is now belonging to Sri Krishna. So Sri Krishna Arpanamastu. And there is another funny thing. Hari, He, Om. Right?
Hmm.
But there are not two things. Om equals Hari. That's all. U, Ma, silence. Finished. Vaishvanara, Tejasa, Prajna, Turya. That is Hari. And why it is called Sri Hari is because it is very auspicious. If you know Vaishvanara, Tejasa, Prajna, Turiya, it is the most auspicious thing because you have understood the waking state, U, the dream state, which is the deep sleep state, and silence. That half moon is the silence. So if your mind resides in that silence, which is the half moon, then you have crossed the samsara and hence attained Sri Hari Pada. It's so simple.
Yeah, simple to say.
Now, first we need to know the deep meanings of all of this. Then it becomes
Correct. See, as and when you explain, the deeper understanding comes. And I was also feeling that energy moving up my spine.
yeah,
Talking about it.
it happens.
Yes, I think all this Upanishad has been beautifully set with this waking dream and deep sleep state, and then Turiya, and then also linking it with Om and all that. Right? So it is beautifully set.
Yes, it is. But
If you can
What is Shri here? Om understood.
no, I said Sri Hari. Shri,
Yeah, Shri Vaishnavas. Everywhere they put Shri. And Shri means auspicious, I know. But
Yes.
the thing is, what exactly from the Sanskrit root
Shir is again shaking. So one who has removed the shakingness or the mind is stilled is Shri. So when you meet Hari, that is when you are in Turiya, there is no mind.
become auspicious by itself. So
By itself.
Because we call people also with the Shri and Srimati for ladies.
Now wait. Sri Mati. Mati is Buddhi.
Buddhi.
One whose Buddhi is not shaking, is not trembling.
Oh, shit. Oh, okay.
Sarma again says Sha, Sa, it's all the same. In Sanskrit, see, if you come from Pali Prakrit to Sanskrit, the Sa becomes Sha, and the
So
meaning.
Pali and Sanskrit, they are one and the same.
No, they are not. They are not one and the same. But many meanings match with Pali. They let us say it's in Pali it's called Sankhara, and in Sanskrit it is called Samskara. Okay,
Most of the North Indian, especially Bihari language, is with the Sa only. There is no Sha there.
No, most of the Indian languages, except for which is totally bound on Sanskrit, will have Sha. all the Dirghakshara and also the Mahaprana is there in only those languages which are totally with Sanskrit. Like even Hindi has they don't have Alpa Prana, they have Mahapranas.
Yes.
And they have Dirghakshara.
Yes.
And if you look at the number of vowels in Kannada or in Sanskrit, it matches exactly. But that's not true with Telugu. That's not true with Tamil or Malayalam or any other language. But whatever it is, whether the vowels or consonants or anything that matches, what really should match is the meaning. So that is called as etymology, nirukti. Without nirukti, you will never get anything out of what you are saying. You should have the pada nirukti, then only it makes sense. Like Om Bhur Bhuva Swaha, if I were to say, then I should know the pada nirukti at the deepest level of that. Then I will enjoy that Gayatri. Otherwise, it will be only patana. Anyway, but you wanted to know about Lata, so I will leave the ground for Lata to explain.
What I should explain, I don't know.
I don't know. But
Yesterday you were talking about that every day you used to practice something. I just wanted to know what was your practice.
No, that is only Nama Japa.
You used one thing is Sahana Bhavatu.
See, there is one. See, every day at 6:30 in the evening, we light the lamp. We had a separate puja room in our old home, my mother's home only, that is. So initially, my grandmother used to do that puja there. That room is always kept closed. So that puja room is there. So then she passed away, and then she only used to light the lamp that time. So she passed away when I was in 4th standard. And then it is my mother who lights the lamp. And then later on, when I was in 8th standard onwards, I started doing that. So, but every day 6:30 in the evening, we do that. We sit on down there and then do this Nama Japa. So we start with Om Sahana Bhavatu. Then there is one Ganesha something. And then there are some order which we used to chant all these things. That's all. And then in the end, we will say this Trayambagam. And one more, that is and then all the other times will be playful. But when we are doing Trayambagam, somehow we all used to be very, very still, sitting very still, and then close your eyes and then maybe go deep within. So that we used to do. Otherwise, we were children, so we were playful. And so that we used to do. That's all. There's nothing else we do. And then on Sundays, we goes to my mother's sister's place, elder sister. All of us will go there. All our cousins go there. And then we also do the same thing there for a long time. From, I don't know, maybe 1 or 2 hours. And my mother's sister, she used to go with Chimyananda Swami. He gives discourses on Bhagavad Gita and all. And my mother's sister, she used to sing that shlokas, and then the Swami will explain. So it was like when she was small. This is told to me by my father. So he used to go to listen to, when he was also small, go to listen to this Chimyananda Swami's discourses. So that time he told that she also used to, there were 2 girls. One was my mother's sister. To sing. So we used to go to her house and all of us will have that and she will explain something on Gita. I don't remember now. We'll come back. So that used to be there in the childhood. Till at least till 8th, 9th standard. Then it stopped.
Because at that age, whatever you have practiced, that start giving results now.
Yeah, I don't know. Nowadays, it's so many years since I practiced that I have not taught any of this to my daughter. But now I started. Now only she comes to talk to me some in the night. So I will keep telling. So when I say something, she always says I feel like crying when I hear it. So I said, then cry. But I said, it's not that. So I've not taught her, but she has. I have sent her when she was very small, 3 years, 4 years. I have sent her to an old lady here for learning this Carnatic music, and she didn't have an interest in it, so we stopped. But she taught her many shlokas and sutras and all. But now I think she has forgotten. So that was there. So it was there in all my mother's family, in all my mother's, many of my mother's brothers and sisters stay around our house only. In every house it was like this. We have light the lamp and then do this Namajapa.
How Chinmayananda is connected with your family?
I don't know. Actually, my grandmother, how do I say it? My grandfather, he was engineer in railway at that point of time, very olden days. And I don't know, they had lot of property, so much of property. Maybe very rich family at that point of time. And then I think at the age of 45 years, my grandfather passed away. Then my grandmother was feeling, I think it was a sudden, something happened suddenly, and I think my grandmother couldn't take it. And after 5 months only, my mother was born, actually. So she was not going out of the house for many years, 14 years. And at that time is when I think Chimyananda Swami were also, he was trying to become a monk, or he had already become a monk, and they also go for this bhiksha, right, to different houses. I am assuming because my father told. So they used to come to our house and maybe in my grandmother's house, and then they used to give for bhiksha. So like that. And then he had an ashram probably, and my grandmother would have been providing some things, I don't know, because so like that, he used to come. That's why my mother never told me this before, but just some 2-3 years back only she was telling me this. And Chimyananda used to come to her house and talk, because she was not going out of the house at all. For 14 years, he didn't step out of the house. So he used to come, talk to her and say that, no, you shouldn't come out. You should come and sit in the ashram. And then he came and talked and got her to the ashram. So every day morning, my grandmother used to go there and then come back in the evening. So like that. So I guess the connection established like that. And then even this Abhedananda Ashram, there is one Abhedananda Ashram in Trivandrum next to that Padmanabha Swami temple. It's a Krishna temple. Recently only I talked to Vilas about it. So there also I guess maybe because that my father told. So after we used to go there very frequently. Nowadays I think they were not going. So one day my mother and my father and my sister went, and then that head of that ashram, that Madhadipati. So he met him that day, and he's already 90 years old at that point of time. And then my father recognized him, and then he went and talked to him. Then he recognized. He also recollected. Yes. From that house we used to get lot of paddy and rice and all. But then after 1 week he passed away. So we don't know now next who is that person who took up. So I guess it is those. And my father was telling the Chinmayananda used to come to go to his house also for this bhiksha. And after some time, once he was established as a sannyas, then he will not come. Then he will send his shishyas. So like that, I think he has established some connection with people there. And Chinmayananda Swami, I met him when he has come to my mother's sister's house. I was talking now. So he came one day, and I remember we all went and assembled in that house. We were very small, so I don't remember exactly and so on. But I have met him actually that time. So if you say Trivandrum is a place with full of temples. Every nook and corner you have temples, and any temple we used to go when we were small, they all know about my grandmother, and they always give us some special consideration. Any temples we go. how many times, and then we all grew up. No, all of us, not only me, our family, my all my cousins. We all used to go to those. We used to go to temple every day. So it was like that. So that is the background. So I haven't thought it in that sense. When I'm talking, then I am realizing, okay, or maybe that and all has an impact somehow.
Yeah, I
But
think
I
that
haven't.
environment has impacted very positively on you.
Yeah, but I have not seen anybody in my family who is spiritually inclined.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not seen. My mother was in her own way, but all the others I have not seen. So that's that's the background.
Very interesting.
It's not only what do you say, our family. In anybody in Trivandrum who has been there for a long time, they would have the similar kind of background. Even M used to say that he used to. My father used to see it. Now he remembers. That time he didn't know, no, because he stays next to our house only, his house. But he said he recently, I heard in one YouTube video, he said he used to go and go to the Abhedananda ashram and meet the Abhedananda Swami, and then he used to give him food and all. He used to have long conversations with him and all. He used to say. But he also used to see all those Swamis. He has mentioned in his autobiography.
Because that Trivandrum, that area, Padmanabha Swami temple, and also Trishur, that Krishna temple.
Vadakanada temple.
In both places there, Devanadu have.
Yeah. Oh, you mean Guruvayur.
Guruvayur.
In Trishur, there is another Vadakanada temple. That's a Shiva temple. So when I go to the temples in Kerala, you will get a different feel altogether. These are all old temples.
Yes.
But and it has a kind of different feel. When I don't get the same feel when I come to the temples in Karnataka. There are some temples in Malleshwaram where you get the same feel. There is one Krishna temple there. There is a Kada Malleshwaram. There is one Shiva temple. So some such kind of temples, old temples, you get that feel of Kerala for me. But many other don't. So it's so that's a kind of city. There's lots of temples, and you are in midst of that.
Very interesting. Vilas, this Chinmaya mission, by birth, he is a common man, right?
Yeah, he's an
Menon.
He's a Nair family.
Nair family, and
then,
he became an advocate or something like that.
Yeah, and his father was also a very rich person, something like that, advocate or something.
Yeah.
And then he traveled to north and he learned all this, right?
No. It just starts like this. He used to challenge a lot of people, saying that it is all fake and it's not real. And he was an atheist, basically.
Is it? Oh.
Completely atheist. Okay, so and then he meets one Swami in Rishikesh. So what he does is that he goes in disguise to prove him wrong, or something like that. Okay, so he wants to show that there is nothing like this. So then he goes to Rishikesh, and in Rishikesh he cannot argue on many things, and he feels that he is losing ground. And then he wants to find the truth, and then he ultimately says to his teacher, or not to that person who is arguing, to whom he is arguing, saying that why am I not seeing it? Then he explains to him what needs to be done, and then he gets convinced. So he comes back to Kerala and informs his father, and then travels to Haridwar and then to Rishikesh, and then settled down there.
Shivananda Ashram in Rishikesh.
And then then in Rishikesh he starts. So then by the time he would have gone into that Sivananda Ashram, Sivananda Ashram is also there in Rishikesh. So he gets more convincing answers, and then he says that let me devote my life to this, and then he starts. So he studies under his guru for 9 years, and then the guru says, now you're ready to deliver or share this information with normal folks. And he starts with Kathopanishad. And that is how Chinmayananda, he gives him the name Chinmayananda, and then he starts coming down. No, coming down in the sense coming down from Himalayas.
So he is also realized soul, right?
Yeah, he is very much realized. Absolutely, there is no doubt.
Now, how he got this realization through this Jnanam route only, Advaita?
No, that detail I don't have. In fact, I used to follow Chinmayananda. See, I have, if I were to open up my
His
book,
teaching is extremely good and popular. That's the reason. There are many people that are able to understand this Vedanta through him.
yes. So, in fact, I was so much mesmerized by Chinmayananda. Okay, I used to listen to every lecture. I have never stopped even hearing one lecture of his. So if I were to open up my book, I have, like what you have followed so many gurus. I have also followed so many people, and then became independent after knowing what to be known, and then the knowledge started to pour. So Chinmayananda, I had read about his story and was so much impressed by his talks and all that. It's true that he's realized, that much I can say. But in one of the video, he himself says, what is the point in just getting realized? I am still held on to this, which is not liberation.
Oh, liberation was pending. Okay.
He says that in one of the old videos. There is actually there is a VHF tape on that, and also a it is VHF tape, and that they converted to CD. So if you pay 29,000 and odd rupees, you will get Bhagavad Gita total from the first chapter to the 18th chapter. So if you are interested, you can buy the entire Bhagavad Gita videos, and then you'll really enjoy his examples and all that. And then he made it very simple to understand. So he is called as he has BMI chart. Have you heard about it, Lata, by any chance?
I have heard, because you only have shown me that.
You explained once.
I had explained to you once. Yes. I myself have done that. Yeah, that is from Chinmayananda Ashram. So he created Vasana, and then he shows that Vasana, before Vasana is Om, that is covered by Vasana. Then you have body, mind, intellect. PFT is perceiver, feeler, thinker. And third one is object, emotions, thought. So if you can remove all of these, then you remove Vasana. And once the Vasana is removed, you are in complete liberation.
Yeah, correct. See, when you are realized also, you can give all these discourses. You have a deep understanding of everything. But that there are people like Ramana Maharshi and Ramakrishna Paramahamsa and all, they are a class apart because they are Jivan Muktas.
Right.
So doesn't mean that all these realized people are not understanding or not understood what is Brahman. They have understood very well, but the vasanas cover up.
Yes, that's a problem.
Yeah, that's a problem. Yes.
And the objective.
If you are serious enough, you are very much into it, and you spend time, you can realize easily.
Realization is possible. Liberation is very difficult. That is the reason, like what you said, Lata, yesterday, I think so, or some days ago also. You will not find Jivan Muktas. You will find realized people.
Correct. Exactly. exactly.
Realize, and there are 95+% of people are normal people. Some people are realized, but it gets covered up with their whatever they are doing, so they cannot really penetrate beyond their realization, and they think that is liberation, which is equivalent to moha only. Only when somebody treads that path and says that no, this is not liberation, then he works for liberation. That is Jivan Mukta. So that's the reason they get caught up with the web of samsara.
Yeah, now I have restarted reading. So I'm reading the biography of Tapovan Swami.
Oh, Tapovan
So,
Swamiji. Okay, good.
This person, Chinmay Mission also there in Tapovan Swami.
So I have started. So see how he has started, and at a very young age of 34, he goes off to Himalayas, and he waited for his brother to finish studies and then get settled, get married, and then he leaves the house and become a sannyasi. And he mentions that in Himalayas you find lots and lots of sannyasis and people, different kinds, but the real ones you can find hardly, very, very rare.
Yeah, that is true.
So he explains all of that, and then also he explains those people who are brahmanas, who thinks even though they are not realized, or even they are not even understanding, but they think they are great and look down upon other people, or you kind of tell that you are not even entitled to have this or something.
Yeah, that is very stupidity, right?
Yes. So I have not finished reading, so I've started. I don't know from where I got something. I was watching and I came across this. I was watching some YouTube of Vedanta Society New York, and in there it was mentioned that the books you must read. And this was mentioned as a biography of Tapovan Swami. So I got this. All the other books I've already read. This one books I have not read.
Oh, biography of Tapovan.
Swami Tapovan.
Okay.
So his journey is written there.
Okay, one news for you, Lata, or in fact for Bhatt also. My sister has met Swami Sarva Priyananda yesterday.
Wow.
Priyananda. Okay.
She is in New York with her son, and from his home it is 6 minutes walk. So my brother-in-law and my sister, they plan to go every Sunday there, and she has booked an appointment with Swami Sarva Priyananda for daily walks. So she will be walking with him. Walk the talk.
Oh my God, I am so jealous of her.
She has sent me the photograph and all that, so I'll send it to all of you.
Yeah, because he also says he's not, he's not a Jivan Mukta.
Yeah, true.
But the way he speaks, you cannot believe that he's not.
Over the years, every year, he's more and more matured in that spiritual.
Yeah, I can say I understood what is what. One is by what Vilas says, but at the deeper level, the way he explains is amazing. I keep watching. Even M doesn't explain in that depth. He also somehow addresses to the public. So he is even sometimes he says very deep things, but not always. But Sarva Priyananda, he is giving classes on Vedanta, right? On different Upanishads and so on. So, but then he goes deep, and then you will, and in such a way that you can understand. So I like his talks.
He is a very good orator with the experiential.
Yes. It's not simply, and he also gives what he does, and his practices also gives. He gives not only the Vedanta class, but he also gives that practical things to do, which is similar to what you say, Vilas. It's not different. Same thing on this awareness, maybe in a different way.
Yeah. Ultimately,
so he says in one day, he was giving Ashtavakra Gita, I think something. So so he said, "I will make you see God now," meaning Brahman. Today I will make you see. Like that he will say, so that people will be all interested. And I think those set of students he teaches are there with him for a long time, so they are also maybe pretty advanced. So he says, when you come inside, you have left your chappals outside, right? So similarly, you leave your body, this, that, like that, like that. He takes, and then say what is left. And then there is like awareness. So he comes to that awareness. So he gives that practical, what do you say, things, tips to do things. I haven't heard much of Chinmayananda Swami, but I heard only one, I think, something on Vasana, that's all.
She's going to walk in the Central Park. I've sent you all the photographs at least. And anyway, she knows that Bhatt is in Sunnyvale because she hears to the audio. So she's getting everything updated. And she also came to know that your daughter was stuck in the elevator.
Oh, world is small.
So
Yeah.
this morning, oh, Bhatt is in Sunnyvale. I said, yes, he's in Sunnyvale.
I think she must be knowing all of us so well.
Yeah, she knows. Now she's chatting with me. I told that you're jealous that you're meeting.
Yeah. I'm jealous. Yes, of course I am.
Yeah.
I want to meet two people. I want to meet only two people. One is M and one is Aropriya.
Okay.
I don't want to meet anybody else.
Okay.
So
Fine.
this is,
Let
what in
your
my
dream
mind.
come true.
Yes,
Yeah.
it'll happen. I think both you can meet. You will meet. But
Yes.
they're not that far from us.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, that's true.
So Vilas, it is now time for me to attend another meeting.
Yes. It is also time for us to move. Okay, so we'll meet tomorrow.
Okay, thank
Okay,
you.
good day.
Okay,
Good
thank
day.
you,
then.
bye.
Yeah, good night, but bye.
Yeah, good day. Bye.